brought to you by the COD Rec League. Let's get it.
Yeah, let's get it indeed. Second time is the charm, hopefully, on this Gav 2 hardpoint. And we'll see both teams kind of rush to P1, as you might expect. One of the Seattle members just gets beamed off the rip in that mid area. So that might set them back a little bit. But you look at number 3 being very sneaky, trying to go top O to see anything from that backside. But meanwhile, number three's team, the Atlanta Dazed, has taken over P1 pretty well. And now Seattle's going to have to come up with a clever way to take this point back. And you could start by getting that top boat kill, which is so important. Now Seattle's going to kind of rush up their side of spawns. And well, they're kind of spawning on top of each other right now. But I think it will be Seattle to end it off for right now, but Atlanta Dazed is right in the back pocket of the P1. We'll recapture it, and Seattle has a really, really good setup for P2, but you see Atlanta Dazed, they've turned their gaze to P2, and well, after a dominant P1, I think Seattle might need to be worried about how they set up for this P2.
Yeah, they hit a couple players to get the rest of that old time. This P2 is going to start off with them being down by at least 15 points. There was a player for Seattle on the point where he finally jumped off. He gets traded off. That was Sage. Jeff is on this point. Cozy is now on the point for Atlanta Dazed. Atlanta Dazed were getting time before they finally get taken off. This P2 hill right now is going back and forth. Look at the kill feed. It's just red and green. Back and forth. No team is really getting control. The lead is in the favor of Atlanta Dazed. There was a three-piece right now by Scummy, and before he can get, before I even say he gets some time, he gets taken down. And there is favor right now for Seattle Sloths.
Yeah, there is favor right now for Seattle Sloths. They actually managed to turn their setup into a pretty strong hold if they can keep it. Atlanta is not content to let this one go just yet, but you know, Atlanta, they can take a little bit of a back foot here as they do have the spawns for P3, and look at that. Seattle is trying to enter their base, and well, it seems like they're having some success. Fury might get this kill. Fury unfortunately doesn't get that kill. That would have been such a huge kill for securing spawns, but for the time being, Seattle will not have spawns secured, although you can see player number 5 trying to trying to do this in a minute here. Poppy will get that kill on back red tower, and will look right back to this point, but might get caught. And yeah, unfortunately, Seattle just, for all the time they spent trying to get someone in the back there, just not able to switch spawns just yet. I think Atlanta Dazed still has it, and well, Atlanta Dazed trying to make the most of that by getting players all around the point. Seattle relegated to having to push from P1, and that is a little bit of a struggle on this map.
Yeah, there was one battle between Tendency, but he gets taken down by Scummy. Poppy is looking over the top for these Seattle players, but they're finally going to give the rest of that time up for the Atlanta Dazed. Atlanta Dazed had a great hold right now to stretch this lead up, but as this P4 jumps off, you can see that Seattle Sloths they do have control of this hill, and they are set up in perfect position, but the two players do go down for Seattle as this hill pops off, but they do have early control of the hill.
They do have harder control for the hill. This is a really good best case scenario for Seattle. They've managed to get two crucial key kills on either sides of the hill. That's just going to help delay the Atlanta push by just that much. And it seems like Atlanta will finally get together to make a coordinated push, but I mean, Seattle's still looking at them. They're still trying to pick off any one member they can. And a little bit of success for that in the start, but look at that. Atlanta Dazed are just stacking cliffside. Seattle members have to watch their back and their cliffside, and just not able to watch both at the same time. So Atlanta Dazed seemingly will put up a good front here. Seattle still attacking this, but you see that number 8 player in Tendency going to secure and really bunker down for that next P5 push. But right now, Seattle actually, had a pretty fair P4, and they're coming right back into a very, very close game.
Yeah, P5's getting ready to start off, and you can see Seattle. They got 3 players close to this hill. You got player 7 pushed up on this tower right here, trying to watch the cross. They look like the players from Atlanta Dazed are going to make this read through the back. And there's first battles with Ferry. He wins that. Jeff gets another kill. He's looking for the one player in the back. Easy Kyle. Let's see if he can get that kill. He does find that kill, Ferry. And Ferry did open up real quick to get opening time for the Seattle Sloths. 30 seconds on the time. The hill's going to be about 115 to 99. Seattle Sloths are doing a great job at holding down this P5.
Yeah, Seattle Sloths doing a great job. That was such a really great play out of Fury in the back, because even though Fury isn't able to win it, he's able to lay the Atlanta Dazed push and at least get intel that Atlanta is actually pushing from that side. And you saw all of Seattle kind of look towards that side of the map as soon as that call came in. Well, for Atlanta side, that push was really, really great in terms of getting some solid time on this hill. Seattle Sloths was up by about 25, but Atlanta brought that right back just on this P5 alone. But, you know, at the sacrifice of getting set up for this next map rotation at P1. Seattle will have it to start, just like they had P5, and we'll see if Atlanta's breaking power is going to hold strong here.
Yeah, and the Seattle Sloths right now got 3 players on this hill right now, making sure that they protect this hill with everything they got. There's 2 players coming from Atlanta Dazed, but the trays go in right there for the size of Poppy and Fury. Poppy's looking for the way he finds another one. There is 2 kills right there for Poppy. Fury is looking for Scummy. He finds Scummy, and there is Seattle Sloths taking control of this P1 hill. They got a battle between Sage coming up these stairs. He's the only next one up. Let's see if he gets traded out. He gets killed by Fury, and there's Seattle Sloths with a great P1, and look like they're rotating for this P2.
Yeah, and talk about a great P1. I mean, Atlanta, their entire game plan has been just getting really solid breaks and holding it, where Seattle has had the setup to start for a lot of these points. Well, this is the first time Seattle was able to really get a point from the start and hold it pretty much the entire way through. And look what that has resulted in. Almost a 40-point lead going into P2, which they did start on. It's getting a little bit mixy now, but they had the setup to start, and they're fighting very ferociously to take it back. It looks like there's going to be a lot of contests going here. Jeff will lose that gunfight with Sage, but Sage will get traded out. There's still Atlanta players on top boat, and, well, it looks like Atlanta is going to be successful in breaking this for now. But again, props to Seattle and getting that solid P1 hold and transitioning well to get a few seconds of time on this P2 hill. If they can break here again and hold it, well, Seattle is going to have quite the lead going in.
Yeah, Seattle, you're doing you're calling it just exactly right, Destin. Seattle's doing a great job of rotating, and Atlanta Dazed are just pushing in, playing on the back foot for the whole game. That's not how you're supposed to play hard this search and destroy. So, but let's see this next rotation. You can see that they are starting to do their rotation a little bit earlier. You got player 3 and 2 on the rotation, but they get taken down. Atlanta Dazed are going to have to fight another hard point in from the front and the back. They're trying to send 2 players through the back, trying to fight in for this early control, but Seattle Sloths are taking early control of this hard point.
They also have taken early control of this hard point, but that's a 3 down. And luckily for Seattle, you will have spawns long enough to have 2 of your members spawn there. But look at that. Atlanta reads that. They clear out the spawn. They prioritize that. And Seattle is all relegated to this P1 50-yard line side of the map. So if you're Atlanta, that is like a very, very, very solid break out of you. And, you know, assuming they get the last 25 seconds of this time, they're going to be just below Seattle in the scoreline. So what I'm curious to see out of Atlanta is how they're going to chain this P3 hill into this P4, because Seattle has it all set up. Last time we were on P4, Atlanta managed to get a little bit of a break, but Seattle was very dominant on it. So I'm excited to see what Atlanta has in store for us on this P4, because this could really turn the tide if they're unable to get it.
Yeah, and like we're starting off with before they're starting off early rotation, getting this early time. See, Atlanta Dazed are working from this back beat side, but they're just getting picked off. Furry is one. There's one more player there, and Furry's looking for him. He's pushed out to him, but he could not get him. Easy Cut stays alive. There he finally gets Easy Cut. There is some more kills going in the favor of Seattle Sloths. That was 3 kills right there for them. There's nobody currently on this hill, but the kills right now are going in the favor for the Seattle Sloths, and are in their favor as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Atlanta, just keeping Seattle off this point can be considered a win in terms of what you wanted to do on this point. But Atlanta will soak up some of the time here and keep it a very mixy scoreline. Well, Seattle might be able to get this last few seconds. No, Atlanta has their number there. So, I mean, it's going to be within 25 points when this P5 hill pops. But if you're Atlanta, I mean, just not letting Seattle be able to run away with it there, having the point be nobody on it and nobody getting points, I mean, that is kind of not best case scenario, but it's an acceptable scenario for what you need to do. But what you could not let happen was you could not let Seattle get set up here and just keep it. And I mean, that's what Seattle's looking poised to do right now. Atlanta is actually spawning right on there. Seattle is pushing from the front, but they're only 16 seconds away from winning this. Atlanta cannot win it here, while Seattle knows they can win it here, and they will keep pushing. That's 4 down for Atlanta. They're still spawning there, but Seattle, as long as they keep their guns aimed, they might have this here.
Yeah, they're only 5 seconds away from winning this game, and there goes the kills they need. There's one last push from Scummy, and he did not move fast enough. Seattle Sloths take game one, 250 to 195. Scummy did make a great play for the Atlanta Dazed to get the spawns for the team to make this play to get all the way to the back, but Seattle Sloths was just too strong of holding down.
And well, you can use this opportunity to slow down the pace and really take a map.
Yes, and we're getting ready to start this map one, but as we start this map one, I gotta ask you, man, why do you call it Desert Teach?
Well, Tej is my teammate and my casting mate, and I came up with this joke as soon as the game dropped, where we just called it Desert Tej, and it stuck from then on. But you know, as I'm explaining this, Seattle is wasting no time in getting the map underway. I mean, they already have a bomb planted and have a kill onto Atlanta Dazed member. Tendency is looking at top patio, and maybe he doesn't know this, but there is a member right there. Tendency gets the kill, but is quickly traded out. Cozy unfortunately drops to the last Seattle member, and what a quick round. I couldn't even explain my joke.
No, I think you got it explained it good enough for everybody to understand the joke. But that was a fast round by the Seattle Sloths coming out there, getting that 3-4-1 down, bomb down quick on B, and then just play the trade game. But Jeff, man, 3-0 to start it off for Seattle Sloths. Let's see if he can keep it going. Right now, we are on the POV of Cozy. He does have the bomb. Look like he's going towards that B side. No, look like he turned around and went to A. But he gets taken down by Jeff. Jeff is currently on his 4th street, getting this round started. Let's see if he can find 5. He does find 5. Jeff is turning up for the Seattle Sloths right now. And the Seattle Sloths right now got a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, this is a very non-negligible
Oh,
effect Chef is having on the team. He's on a 6th streak right now. That means just one more, and not only does he get the ace, but he gets the glide bomb as well. Unfortunately for him, but fortunately for his team, that last kill will come through, not from Jeff. Jeff, unfortunately, 75% through for an ace, but not quite there yet. But Jeff is 1 kill away from getting that glide bomb, and that could... You see a lot of times teams really
Seattle, but
play.
I believe Jeff is not worried about it. Jeff said, "It doesn't matter. I'm going to get me 6 more kills as Seattle get the bomb." Looks like they're going for this B site. We're at the POV of Poppy, and he's looking at that Godhead. He doesn't see nothing. Tendency is getting close to this bomb, getting close to this B site, going for the plant. See if he find a player. Poppy does find an opening pick onto Scummy, and there is Seattle Sloths with a 4-3 life advantage with the bomb going down at B.
Yeah, bomb going down at B. This is a
Oh,
complete repeat of what we saw last time. That bomb goes down, Atlanta feels the pressure, and Seattle just takes advantage of that to get a few free kills as the Atlanta Dazed members just kind of rush around the bomb site trying to figure out what to do. I mean, just an absolute parallel play for Seattle to start that off. Seattle's lost now up 3-0. If you're Atlanta, you have to kind of think about how these last few rounds, it's just been first blooded, and then your team just kind of goes down one by one. If you're Atlanta Dazed, I imagine at this point, this might be the point where you're saying, hey, we got to group together. We can't be challenging. We can't give up any ground. We can't get first blooded. So I imagine this Atlanta Dazed team will make the adjustment to play more as a team, and hopefully that works out for them.
yeah, hopefully that works out. They look like they're going to this university building full push in the stage with an opening blood on Tennessee. So that's a good start for Atlanta Days right now to start off this offensive round. The bomb is the university. Furry's making a play on Easy Cotty. He got away with his life, but Jeff is there, have his back. He's on a 2-0. He's trying to break through that little wall, but that's a hard break when you're on this side of the wall. And the bomb is look like it's stuck in this little middle stair area, not really making a move. It's 3-3. Nobody has a life advantage, but there's 50 seconds on the clock for these Atlanta Days players to get this bomb down.
Yeah, Atlanta Days looks a little bit confused as to where to go here, and I think ultimately they're going to commit towards this A side, but they're not going to rush into it Like I said, I thought we would see them play together, and that's exactly what they're doing. Literally just grouping together and watching all angles. The problem is when you have bomb, you do have to make the first move at some point, unless Seattle just gives them some free kills. But Atlanta has 25 seconds left to plant this bomb. They are inches away from this A bomb side, but the number one player, Poppy, is watching strictly over it. So Atlanta Dazed, they're gonna have to do something in there. They're gonna have to do quick. I think Poppy sees the member go down. He's gonna get that flash. Gonna throw a grenade. Might not get the grenade in time. But on the other side of the map, you have trades coming through. It's now a 2v1 for Seattle. Seattle manages to turn a first blood into a 2-0 life count lead, and Atlanta now down 4-0, or sorry, 0-4. Atlanta's gonna have to make some adjustment happen, and they're gonna have to make it happen now.
Yeah, man, they gotta do something right now. But what can you do, man? Because last game it was Jeff. This game is Poppy. He's on a 4 right now, 4-0 for his team. Jeff is 3-1, so Jeff is still doing his thing right now. They're on this offensive side. Look like they're sending two players to this outside to watch this outer trench. Atlanta looks like they're sending two players to watch B as well. Looks like Furry with the opening kill onto Scummy. And it just seems like the gunny for Seattle is just too much right now. Cozy's right there, did protect. Oh no, he didn't get the kill. I thought he got the kill, but Tennessee got the kill right there, and the bomb is going down on B.
Bomb is going down on B, and if you're Atlanta, you read that correctly. You know exactly where that bomb is going. Unfortunately, the very crucial kills did not come through, so now Sage's left in a 1v4. Unfortunately, Sage will just go down, just trapped between four Seattle players. Really unfortunate scenario to be in. But if you're Atlanta, like you did read that correctly, it's just kind of what has been all map, which is you gotta win the gunfights. And Seattle is just winning every single gunfight, it seems like. So, I mean, Seattle now up 5-0. Again, no bombs have exploded right now. Very few bombs have been planted. This is literally just TDM. And, I mean, Seattle might just be wanted. You just might want to do that again. Just put yourself in position to do that again. But, Atlanta on offense, I believe in the full sale, but tendency does
Oh
not.
man. Tennessee starts off with an opening two piece, man. To leave Atlanta Days down to a 1-3 right now. Poppy right now is currently on a 5. Sage is by himself. He gets taken down. Seattle Sloths win the round. Currently, I think that's it. I think that might be it, guys. I think that might be the 6-0 for the size of the Seattle Sloths, man. That was just
I'm really
pure.
appreciative of these two teams just kind of getting into the map real quick. It is very late. Our previous match ran a little bit late, so I'm very appreciative that they are getting into these maps quite quickly. But Seattle on the side of defense going to cover all their bases. Atlanta seems like they're going to read for intel and kind of see where they want to go with some extra commitment towards this A site here. If they could get number 5 Poppy down, that would be so huge in taking this point. Cozy sees him, gets the kill, and there you go. Clearance on A4 now. Fury is going to rush there as well with Poppy, but Atlanta is having a solid take on A for now.
Yeah, Atlanta right now do have two players on a site right now. One segment completed, getting ready to get another segment completed on this A site. We are looking at the POV of Jeff. He is working off in their spawns, but Atlanta Days is not worried about it as they got two segments completed at this A site, working on the third one. It's a minute and 2 left on the clock, and they're getting ready to add an extra minute to this clock. It's a 4 life lead, 26-22 for the Atlanta Days, and now they have 2 minutes to work with to try to get to this B site.
Yeah, what an absolutely clean capture out of Atlanta Days. When you have a map like you just had, that is the best possible statement you can make, not only for your own team, but for the other team as well, to know that you're still in this series. Atlanta not only has a capture, it has a 5-point life lead, and look, there's 3 members into the spawn of Seattle. If they get these key kills, that could be very devastating for Seattle. You see number 6 and Jeff trying to look around and get this last player will ultimately clear their spawn out. Atlanta, though, still has a 4-life advantage with a minute and 20 to work with. Seattle just going to be content staying in their spawn and watching Atlanta come to them. But Atlanta, if they get crafty, they can really, really make something out of this P5 push.
Yeah, Atlanta are grouping up together, man. We did miss the great streak that Cozy has. He was 7. He was on a 7-0, so he probably has a glide bomb on him. Yeah, he does have a glide bomb, and he is working his way to the back. You see, all of Atlanta Days have all their players right now in this back in the back of this, trying to make sure they get these key battles. They can win the battle. There's 2 down right there. Sage got two kills in the back. They got 1 player, Cozy, on the hill. He is 8-1 right now, and they are getting the segment completed at B. It's almost got 1 segment completed at B. Furry is the closest one up to this hill. There's Poppy taking them off to clear off that first segment, not letting them get a first second. But there's 40 seconds left to get this B site, and you can see that Atlanta Days are trying to make another play to get closer to this B site.
Yeah, that first second on B is very crucial for both teams, as you know, round 5 is now decided on tick. So that first segment on B, or any segments on B, can really be the difference maker in a map, especially in control, where A is sort of expected on both the maps in the pool so far. But I mean, look at this Atlanta play. They're up in lives. They're not going to win on lives unless they really stop the clock here. But they're just taking over speed. There you go. That first tick comes through, and even if they're not able to get a second or a third, or even get the round win, that first tick is such a huge advantage to have going into the rest of this map. But Seattle is just going to kind of be patient, not make any stupid plays, not rush into it. And look at that. Fury just clears out the point with the help of their teammates, and Atlanta has to break in, get a foot on the hill, and stop the clock. But look, Seattle is waiting all for them. Only 3 members for Seattle, but you swear they have 4 with the way they've got every sight line locked down. And there you go. Seattle will win the round, but Atlanta did a really great job in getting that B tick.
Yeah, Seattle right there, man. Did a great job with 3 players left, holding down that last play. Fairy, man, did a great job of just playing his life in that hill, just being in a little cruddy little spot where you could barely see him. Then he finally pounced up, made the play, ended the round on a 4 streak for his team. So that was great. Great defense around, but we gotta just say that was a great round by Atlanta Days to get a total of 4 ticks on that round. So they're up by 4 when it comes to the tick advantage or the segment advantage. And Atlanta Days do have the first blood in this defending round.
Yeah, Atlanta Days have the first blood, but look at Seattle. They're all over A. They want to give Atlanta Days the same treatment that they gave Seattle. And it looks like this A cap is going to come through with lightning speed, unless Scummy has anything to say about it. But unfortunately, without numbers, Scummy just kind of with their hands tied. That A point will go down for Seattle. Now Seattle has a point, has a life advantage. I'm getting a little bit of deja vu, but you know, now pushing up P5. Let's see what Seattle can do. Let's see if Seattle can take an offense, which would be so clutch out of them.
Look at Tendency turning up, man. He was 0-9. Now he's 7-9 on a 7 streak. Got himself fully streaked out before he finally got taken down. But look at Jeff. He's on this point. Seattle right now. They're in this point right now. They have 2 players on this site. They tied up this game right now. So if they get 1 more tick, 1 more segment, they can have the advantage. But the streaks are coming in. Cozy did not hit anything with that. But Jeff is still on this point before he finally got taken down. They did not get that second segment at B, but they're still pushing this hill as hard as they can. Furry is up. He gets taken down. There's 3 that goes down, but Jeff is the last one up. Jeff is the only one who can make a play for his team. He does jump on the point right now temporarily for his team, but Cozy is right there to make the read, and there is Seattle Sloths getting sent back to their spawns.
Yes, Seattle Sloths sent back to their spawns, but even lives with 130 to work with, and Atlanta's actually not going to clear out that tick. I mean, if they kind of just step on it, they might get that second tick, and that would be pretty devastating for Atlanta. But look at what Atlanta is doing. They know exactly where Seattle's going to be spawning. They know exactly where they're going to come from. And they've kind of set up a perimeter here just to kind of trap them in like a net. And it's working out magnificently for Atlanta so far. But there you go. There's that break in the net. Jeff gets a kill on the stage, and there you go. Hops that B point. They didn't clear it out, and now Jeff can single cap that B point for a second tick. And now, just like that, Seattle is up in ticks. Even if Seattle doesn't win this round, they still go into round 3 with the advantage. Jeff gets a very important kill, and there you go. Seattle just rushes the point and gets that B capture. What a clutch offense to put Seattle up 2-0 in the control. Atlanta walked into this round with an advantage, but Seattle kept their heads, and there you go. Seattle, now the favorite to win this map.
Yeah, man, they just stole the offense. That's all you got to do when you get still an offense. You look pretty good in this control. Seattle are just one round away from winning this series 3-0, winning this control 3-0. And man, that was just a great heads up play right there at the end for Seattle. They stacked the point, which was great. Actually stacked both points to capture the ticks quickly. And now they're on the defensive side, one map away, one round away from winning this match.
Yeah, look at this. Look at this out of both teams. Pretty even so far. Atlanta not switching up their tactics from round one, is still going for this A point, but Seattle putting up a little bit of a fight this time. And, well, that A point is going pretty quickly. You have Atlanta really committed over there, but Seattle has all their team over there too, and they can actually break this with some pretty good speed. There you go, Jeff on the point now, trying to get his kills, and there you go, Jeff's teammates help out. Nobody's at B. Seattle reads this perfectly. They know where Atlanta's priorities are, and just able to get kill after kill to defend A. Only one tick for Atlanta on A, currently capturing, but Seattle is all over it and has presence on B to boot.
Yes, out right now doing a great job at defense. Currently got it 2 life lead, only letting us a segment and a half go by at this A side. They're starting to clear it a little bit, so there's only one segment at A. 38 seconds left for Atlanta Dazed to try to capture one of these points, to try to keep this series alive, but the kills right now are just going in the favor of Seattle Sloths. You see Tendency with a kill on top boat. Furry is out there on the beach, not letting nobody get on the beach. Well, that's not Furry, it's Jeff. Jeff is out here on the beach, not letting nobody take no swims, no dive for nobody, but there's Cozy. He gets through. He's on his way to the B-side, but Furry has his back, and there is Seattle Sloths holding it down. There's 12 seconds left. They finally get the kill on the hill, and that may be the round for Seattle Sloths.
What a round out of Seattle, man. The beach was closed, but the lifeguard was on duty.